Mantou, Mantou.
Mantou, traditional Chinese, Mantou, simplified Chinese, Mantou, often referred to as Chinese steamed bun, is a white and soft type of steamed bread or bun popular in northern China. Folk etymology connects the name Mantou to a tale about Zhu Liang. Description: Mantou are typically eaten as a staple food in northern parts of China, where wheat, rather than rice, is grown. They are made with milled wheat flour, water, and leavening agents. In size and texture, they range from 4 centimeters (1.6 inches), soft and fluffy in the most elegant restaurants, to over 15 centimeters (5.9 inches), firm and dense for the working man's lunch. As white flour, being more heavily processed, was once more expensive, white mantou were something of a luxury in pre-industrial China. Traditionally, mantou, bing, and wheat noodles were the staple carbohydrates of the northern Chinese diet, analogous to rice, which forms the mainstay of the southern Chinese diet. They are also known in the south, but are often served as street food or in restaurants, rather than as a staple or home cooking. Restaurant mantou are often smaller and more delicate and can be further manipulated, for example, by deep frying and dipping in sweetened condensed milk. Colors and/or flavor may be added with other ingredients, from brown sugar to food coloring, in mantou making. For special occasions, mantou are sometimes kneaded into various shapes in shanxi, shanxi, and shandong. Pre-cooked mantou are commonly sold in the frozen section of Asian supermarkets, ready for preparation by steaming or heating in the microwave oven. A similar food, but with savory or sweet fillings inside, is baozi. Mantou is the older word, and in some regions, such as the Jiangning region of China and Korea, mantou, or the equivalent local reading of the word, can describe both the filled and unfilled buns. In Japan, the equivalent local reading of the Chinese word manju refers only to filled buns. Etymology and history. Mantou may have originated in the Shin state of the Zhou dynasty during the reign of King Zhaozhang, 307 BCE to 250 BCE. Mantou, as well as other wheat-derived foodstuffs such as noodles, xiaobing, and baozi, became popular during the Han dynasty, 206 BCE to 206 CE. It's pretty cool. Pretty impressive the Han did that for themselves. And collectively were known as Bing. Mantou were distinguished as Zhengbing, or Longbing. During the Western Jin dynasty, 265 to 316 CE, Shu Shi wrote about steamed cakes. Zhenbing, in his Ode to Boiled Cakes, Tong Bingfu, written around 300 CE. He first called them mantou, in his book. It was advised to eat this in a banquet during the approach of spring. The Mongols are thought to have taken the filled, baozi style of mantou to many countries of Central and East Asia about the beginning of the Yuan dynasty in the 13th century. The name mantou is cognate to mante and manti. These are filled dumplings in Turkish, Uzbek, self-published source. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Mantou cuisines. Folklore. A popular Chinese legend relates the name mantou actually originated from the homophonous word mantou, which literally means barbarian's head. The legend was set in the Three Kingdoms period, 220 to 280 CE, when Zhu Liang, the chancellor of the state of Shuhan, led the Shu army on a campaign against Naman forces in the southern lands of Shu, which correspond to roughly present-day Yunnan, China, and northern Myanmar. After subduing the Naman king Men Huo, Zhu Liang led the army back to Shu, but met a swift, flowing river which defied all attempts to cross it. Our barbarian lord informed him that in olden days, the barbarians would sacrifice 50 men and throw their heads into the river to appease the river deity and allow them to cross. As Zhu Liang did not want to cause any more of his men to lose their lives, he ordered the men to slaughter the livestock the army brought along, and fill their meat into buns, shaped roughly like human heads, round with a flat base. The buns were then thrown into the river. After a successful crossing, he named the bun Barbarian's Head, Mantou, which evolved into the modern Mantou. Another version of the story relates back to Zhu Liang's southern campaign, where he instructed that his soldiers who had fallen sick from diarrhea and other illnesses in the swampy region be fed with steamed buns with meat or sweet fillings. Variations in meaning outside northern China. Prior to the Song dynasty, 960 to 1279, the word mantou meant both filled and unfilled buns. The term baozi arose in the Song dynasty to indicate filled buns only. As a result, mantou gradually came to indicate only unfilled buns in Mandarin and some varieties of Chinese. In many areas, however, mantou still remains its meaning of filled buns. In the Jiangnan region, where Wu Chinese is spoken, it usually means both filled and unfilled buns. In Shanxi, where Jin Chinese is spoken, unfilled buns are often called momo, which is simply the character for steamed bun. The name momo spread to Tibet and Nepal, and usually now refers to filled buns or dumplings. The name mantou is cognate to mante and manti. These are filled dumplings in Turkish, Persian, Uzbek, and Pakistani. Mantou originated from Turco-Mongol immigrants' cuisines. In Japan, manju usually indicates filled buns, which traditionally contain bean paste or minced meat and vegetable mixture. Nikuman, meat manju. Filled mantou are called siopao in Philippine, ultimately derived from Chinese xiao bao. In Thailand, they serve salapao, a filled mantou. In Korea, mandu can refer to both baozi, or jiaozi. In Mongolian culture, the booze and mante or mantu are steamed dumplings. A steamed variation is said to have led to the Korean mandu. In Singapore and Malaysia, chili crab is commonly served with a fried version of mantou. In Nauru and Papua New Guinea, mantou are known as maju. See also dabao, mantou kin, Mandarin roll, manti, baozi, manju, mandu, watu, dampf noodle, list of buns, list of Chinese dishes, list of steamed foods. Yeah, my toxic trait is I think I did really, really good on the pronunciations on this one. Thanks for stopping by.